Okay guys, so I'm at a point now where I can probably tell you this and then I can take a break for a little bit. Anyways, so what I want to show you here real quick is a complete confirmation that all of the pyramids are related by number. And you can show this to anybody you want to. You can show it to any professor, anybody, any scientist, anybody that you want to. You can show them this, show them the math, show them the numbers, and see what they have to say. So if you take a look at the geometry here, these pyramids and this these squares represent pyramids. The circles represent the circles that are inscribed inside each one. Okay, because we're dealing with circles and squares. And so we have 12 steps here. On the 12th one, so if you can notice that right here, I've got this number 12th. We have this marker that's 10 degrees. The 10 degrees is important because if we take the 10 degrees and multiply it by 36, we get the circumference. The reason we do it this way is because it's cleaner and because all of these precession numbers that I've been telling you about come out as well. For example, 103.68 comes out. And 1188 is the top or the largest one that we see here. Pyramid side is 1188. This is their circumference, and this is the circumference divided by 2, which of course is our famous 186624, decimal place being right after the 6. Take the decimal place out and you get this list of 61 factors. 61 could also possibly be related to the flower of life with 61 circles as well. And I have a clue on that I'm not really ready to share tonight, but it's something I've talked about before. So number 11 that we see right here, and if you notice, these numbers are actually on the circles themselves, and I've kind of done it this way so that it kind of gives you something that's not too busy. It's easier for you to see. So number 11, 93, 312, it's on our factor list right here. '84 and 1512 being the circumference divided by 2 right over here. I'll show you. I'll go over this with you in just a second. So for number 9, the 10 degrees is 73.33. Number 8, which is the Great Pyramid size, that is the 756. Whoops, yeah, right here. Well, the one that number 8 is on here, for some reason it won't let me click it. There it goes. So yeah, so that's 56 right here. This one is 59.4, which is number 7, and that's with pyramid size 680.4. And these are, you know, of course, all cascaded on top of each other. The ratio is usually 0.9, so it's 90% of the larger one. 51.84 is the 10 degrees on the one that's 594. These ones that you see that are heavy lines, this circle in the middle here that's got the thick line is the 594. This one is the 756, and the 594 is what squares the 756, and its circumference is 1866.24. which is what we see. And also, if you take a look at that Pyramid Code movie, they mention that thing about the meters per second being the speed of light. Well, this is related to miles per second. 186,624 miles per second being the speed of light, which is also 432 squared. But we're talking about feet here, and we're talking about miles, which is what comes up all the time. Remember, if you remember the sun and the moon that I showed you, these come out. These are both in the precession numbers right here. This is the whole diameter of the circle that we sit in the middle of, and the sun sits at the end, at the edge of the circle, at the radius. And so the radius is 93 million miles, 312,000. The whole diameter is 186,624,000 miles. Number 5 here is the 534.6, which is actually 756 divided by the square root of 2, so it's in between the 378, which is half of 756. And if you notice the number here that we have for 10 degrees, 46656, is in our list of factors for the 186624. Then we have number 4, and number 4 is our 481.14 that we're all familiar with, which is what we see as the height of the Great Pyramid minus the top of it. The top of it now is roughly about 455 feet. But 481.14 represents the feet of the Great Pyramid in height. As you can see here, the circumference divided by 2 is roughly 756. And then 42 is 10 degrees of that. So this is 42, you multiply that times 36, and then you get 1512, which is twice the diameter of the side of the Great Pyramids. That's how that works. So then you have the next one, which is 10 degrees, which is 3656. If you remember, that would be the square root of 2 of 5184 that we saw on the top of the pyramid. Then we have 33 being 10 degrees. And that's actually half of 756, being 66 being 10 degrees for 756. And then so if you take a look at the circumference, if you're noticing a pattern here, right? So the circumference of 378 is 1188, which is the first side length we saw, right? And so then the very last one that we see here, and the reason this is highlighted green, is this is the little pyramid. This is the third pyramid. And I haven't spoken about it much because I really hadn't found the relationships in number until just recently. So here's the deal. So if you take the little pyramid, which is 340.2, which is, if you notice, we have like 3024, we'll have 3420, we'll have, these numbers are like anagrams when you take a look at them all over the place. They just kind of switch places. And so the 340.2, if you multiply that times the square root of 2, guess what you get? 41.14. And the 10 degrees of that is 29.7, which is kind of interesting because it's also missing that top as well. And we've already seen that 594 is this 5184 is the area, or the 36,656 is the square on the Great Pyramid that's missing. But the 5184 is the diagonal of that, so that would mean that the 29.7 is somewhere on the top of that. But check this out. The relationship between the Little Pyramid and the Great Pyramid is really in the circumference, because the circumference of the side of the Little Pyramid, which is 340.2 feet. So if you take the circumference, right, so that's 29.7, and you multiply that times 36, you get the 756 times the square root of 2, which is its diagonal. So the side length of the Little Pyramid, its circumference is the same as the diagonal of the Great Pyramid, and that's how they are related in number, as you can see right here. These guys right here are simply the middle pyramid, and these are calculated by taking this pyramid side here, dividing it by 5.94, which we see over here all the time, 59.4, 594. So we divide by 5.94 and then multiply times 10. And if you notice, these numbers that you see here are the numbers I've been showing you, right? So the actual side length of the middle pyramid is 70707, right? 1000 is its diagonal. And then these various things that we see here, like I guess a version of phi. This is a square root of 2. This is square root of phi. This is the ratio for pi over 2. If it was 0.6363. So that what the middle pyramid is showing us is it's showing us all these irrational numbers and ratios. but you can get to it by this calculation from this over here, and it gives you the calculation for all the ones in the middle pyramid. So it's all related by number, folks. And you could take this to anybody and show it to them. And anyways, I'm really happy I've made it this far. It's amazing what I have discovered so far with all this stuff. It's kind of hard to put it down. I need to put it down for just a little bit, though, give myself a break. But you guys have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. Feel free to share this. For some reason, my comments have been turning off. I don't know why that is. So I'm going to try to double check this one and make sure the comments are enabled when I post this thing. So you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.